I'm Matti Mali, and I'm want to become an actor or director or writer, whatever happens to come next in my path of life, or maybe even all three at once. In the recent years I've discovered online voice acting, and I've given my voice to some projects. Perhaps the most prolific ones of them are Almost a Hero video game and Star Citizen Machinea Combined Arms. In Swordsman After Art, I played the titular Swordsman, the main character, and such.
Hello there, I'm Silent Joe. I'm a member of Trustland Studios and have provided voices for several of Dataman's projects. I've also done voice work for several audio plays, as well as various abridged series for anime fandoms including Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, School Days, and High School DD. I was recently cast as Donna in TWDCR's motion comic for The Walking Dead's graphic novel series. I provided the voice of Kunoichi, the young samurai woman that pursues the swordsman throughout the film.
My name's Louis Bedalment. I'm an up-and-coming actor and writer. On Swordsman After Art, I play the role of the street boxer.
Okay, so who am I? I'm Paul Hikari. I'll be turning 27 in June, and I'm an online voice actor who's been cast in YouTube animations and indie games. Basically, you could say my voice is a bit like a campfire. Gentle one second, raging the next. So what did I do? Well, if by that you mean voicing in this Swordsman After Art, I voiced the three brothers. I especially liked the guy with the chair as the weapon. How was working on the project? Well, I liked working on it. Not so much when I saw the finished thing, though. I mean, it is a no-budget animation, so that at least is forgivable as far as animation goes.
Hey, I'm Trina, and I am a voice actor for the project. I'm like one of the only girls.
Hello, my name is Danny Chambers. I played the nurse in Swordsman After Art.
My name is Tyler Armstrong. To my friends, I'm known as Strongs, or Strange, depending on who you ask. I voiced the old man.
My name is Terry Fairchild. I'm an aspiring composer for film, television, and video game media, as well as Western art music, aka classical music.
Well, it was alright. I guess there was some things like the script I got had only my lines on it, and I've done voice acting gigs with that before, but this time I'm not 100% sure if I got all the right emotional responses correctly. I think maybe about 70% of the time, and had I known the middle point reveal, I probably would have acted the character in a different way, but I did the performance what got me cast in this role, so I guess it's worked out. Although if from this on, if I receive a script where there's only my lines, I guess I'm going to need some context for that, but at least community was welcoming, and the director was cooperative, and everyone was nice and stuff.
I enjoyed working with Dataman on this project and liked the storyline for this one really, really well. I liked the character I was portraying and had a lot of fun with her lines.
It was an enjoyable experience. Last time I worked with Troseling, I played a pair of samurais. Even though it was a serious horror movie, the samurais were still funny samurais. Now here I play a pretty funny boxer.
For what it was, the best action scene I'd say was the final one. The one between the swordsman and the art thief.
It was fun. It was interesting to be a very strict nurse because usually I play kids, so it was different playing an actual adult. So it was a lot of fun.
It was really fun. I always learn a lot about voice acting when I work at the studio.
I wrote the entire original soundtrack, which on the album release comprises 15 tracks totaling 21 minutes.
The best action scene, I think, was the first between the Swordsman and Kunoichi in the beginning. While it was quicker, there was the movement was swift and there was a dynamic feeling in this choreography, and for such a sort of action scene, it worked rather well.
I have a little favoritism towards the scenes with Kunoichi in them, of course. I liked the final fight between the thief and the swordsman a lot, though. The animation looked really good there.
I'd have to say the best action scene is when the swordsman's sword fighting the Kunoichi, because the animation was particularly good in that area.
Funniest joke? I'd want to say it's the balloon taking off, but... Well, overall the voice acting was hit or miss, so it was really hard for me to actually enjoy any of the jokes.
I think the best action scene was definitely when they started fighting in the beginning.
I'd say the best action scene is towards the end where the two are actually fighting and they're just like going at it, just like it's pretty cool. I like it. I really like the way it's animated.
The best action scene, in my opinion, was one of the first ones when the main character was fighting the boxer. Now, some people might disagree with me, but I like it when the main character can falls flat. Like he finds an opponent that actually makes him actually work. A lot of common tropes the TV shows go with when they come with warrior type characters is that the character is so strong, so powerful, nothing can stop him except for the main bad guy. With this, I liked it that, he actually gave him a good fight and actually knocked him down. Like, he won. At the first part,
Working on the project was very enjoyable. It was occasionally difficult, with a couple tracks that took longer than I expected, but for the most part the music flowed out naturally. I wrote the soundtrack based off of a couple core themes, but there's lots of original melodies in there too. I even sneaked in 2 previously existing melodies. In my opinion, the best action scene was when the swordsman fought the Kunoichi. Am I pronouncing that right?
I think the most amusing joke for me was in the final fight scene when it seems that the swordsman is injured, but surprise, surprise, it was just an ink bottle. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it was amusing. Yeah.
I thought the street boxer's reaction to seeing the swordsman's white hair was pretty funny. The swordsman being surprised to see how big his daughter had gotten was cute too. When I last saw you, you were this small. Such a serious character up until that point, but he gets surprised and flustered after realizing who she is. It was really funny to me.
The funniest scene happened when the swordsman fought the guy with a chair because he was so into that chair.
As far as, voice acting, I'd say Trina and I were probably the best in the cast. The worst was easily, I'd rather not say her name, but she was voiced the Kunoichi. I'm sorry. The writing was great, the story was moving, but she could not act her way out of a wet paper bag.
I really liked the part where the fish came out of his mouth. That was really cute.
When he says after the last warrior, or what did he say? After the last battle, my warrior days are over. That was pretty funny. I laughed for a bit after that. I was like, after all that he's been through, I bet he's not gonna do it for a while.
I gotta say, the joke I thought that was funniest was when the fish came out of the main character's mouth. It was so unexpected because this guy is so serious, so deadly, and that a fish just coming out of his mouth is so unexpected. I actually laughed.
The old man complaining about his fountain being knocked down. In my opinion, I've got a great fondness for old people being hilarious.
Yeah, sure, I can work for this studio again. Sure, it's not perfect, but there are elements that are right in the place. The writing is amusing and it has some clever points, so yeah, I can work again. Although there needs to be some other arrangement, like a script, different kind of script where there's more context than that. But yeah, I can work. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
I definitely work with them again. I've always had good experiences working on their projects.
I definitely work with Trostling Studios again on a different project, since the director's such a great guy.
Would I work with Trosalang, however you pronounce that, studios again? I don't know. I guess I would, but you'd probably have to have higher standards for voice actors.
And yes, I would love to work with the studios again. Thank you.
Yes, I would love to work with him again. He was really professional, and I enjoy his content, so of course.
Of course I'd work with the studio again. They gave me one of my first roles. They gave me the inspiration to become a voice actor. And every time I work with, like I said before, every time I work with this guy, he gives me a new lesson, something new to work with. And I always come out better. Like, I always come out with a better voice, better method, better way of talking.
Oh, without a doubt. I learn too much and enjoy writing the soundtracks too much not to. Dotaman gives me a great palette of characters and locations to work off of to create music from. I expect to remain the house composer for the foreseeable future.